Hi everyone, it's Jess, aka Colouring Bumblebee, and I'm back today with another video for you. Today I have a very special haul video to show you. This is a haul from the site Aladin, which is a Korean colouring book publisher site that I use, and I know a lot of other colourists use to get their Korean colouring books from, as they have a ready supply of all these gorgeous books made in Korea. And this is extra special because I got this based on my first ever YouTube payment. So I just wanted to say a special thank you to everyone who watches, is subscribed, comments on my videos. Thanks to you, it means that I've been able to splurge a little bit this last month and get some books that I've had my eye on for a while, but I've been saving up for, because it is a bit more expensive to get it from over there. The books themselves are pretty reasonably priced, but it's the shipping where it gets you, which is understandable because it's coming all the way from Korea. I'm going to move all these to the side and I will get straight into the video showing you the books. I'm going to start with this one. Now I have gone through and translated these books, the titles and authors at least. This is the Midwinter Sunshine colouring book by Jeon Seon-jin, and this is, well, this one and the next one are part of the series that they have created. I have the autumn and the spring one, and now they have a winter and a summer one to complete the seasonal collection. We start off with the thumbnails of all the pages, and they are each named after a different kind of flower. So I went through and translated these so that I could search them up later if I feel like it. And all of the pages, as you can see, have the coloured version on the left, the line art on the right, and they are just super fun, happy, bright images. I love the background of this one. That you can use the left-hand image as inspiration for your colour palette. You can make changes, you can make it completely different, it's up to you. But you've got it there as inspiration. I just really like these style of books. I like the bold, large shapes that give you a lot of room to shade if you want. The cute little designs, the characters and creatures look like they're a lot of fun to colour. I am working on my first page in one of these books this month. It is in the autumn colouring book, so you'll hopefully see a finished page of that next month. Even though I haven't coloured many or any of these so far, I just had to complete the collection, because even just to flip through is absolutely gorgeous. Love that one. Reminds me of like The Sound of Music. And that is all the images from the Midwinter Sunshine colouring book. Then in the same series we have the Midsummer Rest colouring book. I really love this cover image, the contrast of colours between the background and the sunflowers and the watermelons. It's really, really gorgeous. So again, with this book, we've got the thumbnails of all the different pages and the coloured image on the left and the line work on the right. I think this might be my favourite of the 4 books from this series. I just love all of these images. slightly the wrong time of year to get a summer themed colouring book, as we are approaching the end of summer, but I would colour these pages any time of the year. Even though they are split up seasonally, they do have a bit of overlap between the seasons. With the names of the chapters, it's often something along the lines of flowers that go from summer to autumn, or spring flowers that become summer, or something like that. So they have a bit of overlap between the seasons, which is fun. There's the cover image, love that one. There we go. That is the I keep forgetting what's it. Midsummer Rest colouring book by Jeon Seon-jin. Brilliant ones to add to my collection. And then these two books I've had my eye on for quite some time. They are both by the artist Sugumi. This is the first colouring book they released, Warm Four Seasons colouring book. And I just want to show off the cover here. I'm not sure if it'll pick up, but this sort of shiny bit has a glitter on it. And it's just so pretty to look at in real life. And on the text as well, it's got glitter, like a glitter effect over the top of the page. So this book is split up into 4 different sections. The first one being spring. And again, it's got a coloured image on the left, line art on the right. And we follow this little sand fox. I believe its name is Sugumi, like the illustrator, and his their little cactus friend that joins them on the journey throughout the seasons. This book I think would work great with watercolour or watercolour pencils, just because it's got some larger areas to fill up. It would make it a lot quicker and easier. Got a lot of large background spaces in this book. Moving into summer. But yeah, I'd want to use watercolour for the back of that one, because the idea of colouring that all blue with a pencil is too time consuming for my liking. I love this one, the sort of ice cream making house. Really cute. Love the background of that one. Look at the colours in that shell, absolutely gorgeous. And I'm not sure how I would colour this book yet, whether I would try and match as best as I can to the images on the left, or if I would go my own direction. Haven't decided yet. Moving into autumn. I really enjoy the sort of different lighting effects that they have on the coloured images. Makes it a nice challenge to colour. Like, look at the sort of light reflection from the inside of the house. Gorgeous. And this paper is slightly thick. It's not very textured. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but on the page itself it has a printed texture on it, which is a bit different. I wonder what it would be like to colour on it. I'm sure it will cover up pretty easily with pencils. Moving into winter. This one has some beautiful pages in it. This is just a book I've had my eye on for a while. Love that sort of Santa with the reindeer pulling the sleigh page. That one's really cute. I I've had my eye on these books for a while, and I'm so happy to finally have them in my collection. So that is the Four Seasons book by Sugumi. Moving on to the second book that they released. This one is called the Mysterious Journey Colouring Book, and once again it's got this shiny, glittery sort of film over on top of the lettering and on this sort of swoosh of paint that they've got from this magical broomstick here. And this book is very similar to the previous one. It follows the desert fox and its little cactus friend, but this time it has different themes. So I think this first one translated is sweets or desserts, and they're all different dessert themed houses. I think this one is my favourite of the two, just because it's got a bit more detail in the book. I prefer books that are more detailed compared to ones that have lots of empty space. Just my own personal preference. This one looks really fun to colour, all the different colours in these marbles or sweeties or whatever they're meant to be. Love the teapot house. Something about teapots I really enjoy colouring. That's a beautiful page. And that one. Nice summery and tropical. And then this section I think is around the world. So they travel to different places around the world. We've got New York, London, Las Vegas. I wish on this page they had the Too Fabulous and Nevada written on here, even if it was in a very light grey that you could go over with the blue. It's a lot of pressure to copy this text out, but I feel like it needs to have the text, otherwise the sign doesn't make as much sense. This looks to be somewhere in the Netherlands with the windmill. We've got Vietnam, somewhere like the Bahamas or something like that, Caribbean, Greece. This one's gorgeous. Egypt. Not sure where this is, maybe Hong Kong or something like that. This looks to be just a more fantasy location with the sort of stars and clouds. It's got to be Lapland or Finland, Norway, somewhere Scandinavian, I reckon. Switzerland, the mountains. Got a Middle Eastern place, maybe Morocco or somewhere, or India. Gorgeous hot air balloons here. This looks to be somewhere like European, maybe Italy or Germany, something like that, not sure. This looks like it's Japan. And moving on to the next section, I believe this one is different jobs or professions. So we've got these guys cleaning a giraffe's hoof. A little duck leader, this one's so cute. A florist. Photographer or model, depending on which one you're looking at. Or it could even be a movie set. Hairdressers. Love this little hamster guy giving the bunny a blow dry. You've got a market store vendor. Love all these little pandas. A star catcher. A baker. A sailor. Pianist. A doctor or a nurse. Oh, look at that little guy. So sad. I imagine this is its mum getting really worried about the baby being ill. A barista, dressmaker, looks to be like Cinderella's dress almost. What's he holding there? I don't know, it could be like a botanist or something like that. A toy maker, an artist. Oh gosh, having to recreate something similar to that. Oh, it's a self-portrait, it looks like. And then the final section is to do with healing. So it's got, look at that one, the gorgeous lighting effects on that page. Be fun to recreate. So this section is more about the sort of mindful behaviours, meditative surroundings. Really enjoy the creativity of the different sections in this book. Love the background of that. How fun is that with all the different colours? Oh, that would lose a lot of your green pencils there. Yeah, just the creativity of these books, absolutely adore them. I'd love to see Sugumi create a third book with this same theme. So that was the Mysterious Journey colouring book by Sugumi. Next up, I've got this book, and translated, this is the Sesame Atelier colouring book by Lee Hai-ji, and this one is based on like an art museum, and it's the idea of you're travelling to different art museums. It's got some sort of recreations of different artworks. It's a bit of a different book. It also has a story on the left side of the images and a picture to colour on the right. I'd like to go through and translate this, but it was a lot to do in preparation for the video, so I decided I would probably do it as I colour the page on the left. Really enjoy this one with the bubbles. And it's divided into different chapters. This is Chapter 1, Listen to the Sound of the Wind, Harmony of Nature and Art. So we've got some exterior landscapes. Love this one with them in the little, looks like a ski lift cart. We've got this girl painting the scenery. I'm assuming she's come to the top of the mountain to do some artwork here. Got her stacking up some TVs, it looks like. And chapter 2, what is the relationship between apples and bananas? That's what it translated to, on the way of looking at art. So this has some cartoony recreations of famous artworks. Got Mona Lisa here, some Andy Warhol style art. Really like this girl and the little cat character. I think they're really sweet. This is a bit of a less popular book, I would say. I haven't seen as many people with this book, but it really caught my eye on Aladin. It came up as a recommended. This is chapter 3, Go to Bwamdong, which is a place in Korea. Art journey with a story. So she is travelling to the city. Yeah, this came up as a suggested on Aladin for me, and I really like the look of some of the preview images. I didn't realise that it would have an ongoing story with it, but I really enjoy books with stories, and I'll have fun translating this later. I love this page, the Waffle House. If you have this book, let me know. Or you can set up a buddy colour perhaps in it. I'd be interested to see how many others have this book. Chapter 4, Take a Trip Through Time. Can't read it with the lighting. Meet the present in a modern city. So we've got some gorgeous landscapes of buildings here. Looking inside the art gallery. Looks like it's got some pages where you could almost create your own art. Not sure if I'll ever do that, but I really love these sorts of images. Love this one of the art bookstore. This is a very sweet image. Chapter 5. Oh, the dark background. Beyond the border, enjoy the art centres where you can hear, see and dance. It's quite a large book, this one. Out of all the books that I got from this order, this was probably the thickest. And chapter 6, discover your own taste in the art market. Find your own gallery, enjoying the art fair. Love that one. Just has some really cute looking images. There we go, that's the last image. That was the Sesame Atelier colouring book by Lee Hai-ji. Really fun book. And the final book that I got, and I think this is my favourite of the 6 that I purchased this time, is Rowan's Cat and Girl colouring book. And just from the cover, I absolutely adore Rowan's art style. And it's split into 2 different sections, this book. And this one, interestingly, has the text in Korean and underneath it has it in English, so it saves me Google translating and it being slightly off. So the first section has portraits of girls with cats, and the second section has these full images of scenes. And you can see from the thumbnail images that they love to use bright colour schemes, which I think is super fun and really appealing to me. So here we go, the first section with all these girls with little cats. I think they are so cute. You can play around with lots of different cat patterns, colours, markings, and create some. Each one can be unique and different. Of course, I have to colour at least one in the book, like Lexi. She looks a little bit like this, Ginger, with a white patches on her face, belly, sort of end of her paws. These eyes, uncoloured, look very spooky, but as you can see, once they're coloured in, they look a little less creepy. You just got to have faith and know that once it's coloured, it will look just fine. I like this one with the cat and the backpack. Lovely summery one there. And then we have a few pages of some smaller images of girls, and I like how it has this limited colour palette. So this one's blues, greens and yellows. We've got yellows, oranges and browns. And purples, pinks and greys. I think this is a really fun idea, the sort of limited colour palette for a variety of smaller images. These really appeal to me. Might colour one of those first. Love this girl here. So moving on to the second chapter. This one has the full scale artworks coloured in on the left and for you to colour on the right. And just look at how beautiful these are. So much colour. They look like they're a lot of fun to complete. I think this is definitely a book where I would want to try and recreate the artist imagery. I don't often use such large colour palettes. I tend to have mine quite limited, so it's really fun and interesting to see an artist who clearly has a lot of fun with their colour and uses it quite freely on their pages. That's a beautiful image. Sort of a lazy Sunday morning. Oh my gosh, look at these. I don't know if they're real cats or maybe like cat-shaped marshmallows in these cups. I like the idea that they're cat-shaped marshmallows in hot chocolate. This is gorgeous. Love all the pinks and greens together. Wow. Having to recreate the painting there and the outside imagery there would be a challenge, but it would be fun. Got all the different ice cream flavours, delicious. Just flipping through this book really makes me smile, and it has me really wanting to start a page right now. Wow, look at all the colours on that one. This has got to be the most colourful page. All the crisps and chocolates and snacks. Or you'd have to do a lot of work of adding in the crisps. It's got slight faint outlines for the food packaging, but this would take a long time to the colour. And that is the last image of that book. So there we have it. Those are all the books that I got from Aladin. They are all Korean colouring books that you struggle to find elsewhere. I will leave them all linked in the comments below. I believe if you look for them with their English titles, you can also find them on Etsy, but I find that Etsy sellers charge a lot for the books. It's around £20 or so per book, whereas with the cost of the books plus shipping, for me it was around £10-ish per book, which I think is a great deal for these gorgeous selection of artworks. Let me know down in the comments below which was your favourite. Mine has to be the Cat and Girl book by Rowan. I can't wait to get started in that one. But I think the Mystical Journey one is also a close second. Let me know which you like the best in the comments below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye everyone.